So in today's video, I wanted to talk about how do we maintain the underside of enhancements and what do we do once the natural nail starts to grow out. Hey guys, Liz from the Nail Hub here, and I wanted to talk to you today about something that I feel like not many people talk about. What do we do when our nails start to grow out? And I've got my extensions on here, and I wanted to show you the underside because the underside of our nails, they can get pretty gnarly over time, and especially when you've done extensions and your natural nail starts to grow out underneath. I wanted to talk about what the heck do you do once your natural nail starts to grow out. So you can see on this one right here, it actually is perfectly flush. You can see that my natural nail and the gel are perfectly flush, and that's because I've actually gone in and filed out that lip that was there from my extensions. On this one, by comparison, you can see that I've got my natural nail here, and then underneath, I can almost click on it. There's a little lip. Now the lip is worse on the sides than it is in the middle because I pinch my nails in and there's product that goes underneath. So like here on my thumb, you guys can see that. So you can see that like in the center, it's pretty flush. And then on the sides, typically you're going to have a little bit of product that goes underneath because of the way that when you're pinching your nails and the way you put your forms on, no matter how great of a job you do, you're typically going to have some type of little lip underneath your natural nail as it grows out. So when you first do your extensions, this lip is not going to be visible. It's going to be back under here underneath your skin. But as soon as your nails start to grow out, you're going to start to see this lip, and it can be really annoying. You can see even here on this side, it kind of creates almost like a little hook on the inside of my nail, and it just depends on how you pinched your nail, how you applied your nail forms. But like I said, even the best of professionals, we get a little lip sometimes, and it can be very annoying to both yourself as the nail tech who's wearing these or a client that you're working on. So I wanted to go over what the heck do we do with this. Okay, so I am going to use a carbide cone. This is a medium carbide cone, and I'll put the link to it down below this video. I really like these kind of bits because they shave the product really nicely, and they're also rounded, so if I do hit close to my finger, it's not going to cut the underside of my finger, but it's going to do a nice job of shaving out. The other reason why I like a cone is because I'm able to shave out underneath the nail, and it's going to continue to keep this edge thin as I do it. So the angle is nice for being able to clean out underneath nails, and it kind of has that natural angle that I'm looking for. All right, so I'm going to put this in my e-file here. And I have one that's already dirty, so I'm going to use the one that I just was using because, it's nice to not have to clean so many bits. So it's exactly the same thing. It's got a little rounded top on it, and it is a medium carbide cone. So I'm going to turn this on. It only goes in one direction, which is forward. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my nail upside down, and I'm going to start in the center, and I'm just going to shave off the product going to the outside corner. Now, when you get to the side, you want to be careful because you don't want to shave through this sidewall of your nail. And I'll kind of show you from the side what I'm doing. So I come along, just shave nicely. I'm shaving mainly the product, and you can see I can even like refine the edge of the enhancement. But when you get to this edge out here, just be careful that you're not filing out the sidewall. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to have a notch back here where you filed, okay? So you just do this a couple times, and then you can also remove staining or anything that's maybe gotten stuck in between your nail and the enhancement. And I'm just going to dust this off really quick. I only did half of it, but I'm going to dust this off so you guys can see what that looks like. Okay. So now you should be able to see that the transition between my natural nail and the extension is flush. And I'll kind of turn this a little bit so you guys can see it from all different angles. And even back in here, I don't have a lip anymore between the enhancement and my natural nail, whereas over here, I do have a little bit of a lip. Can you guys see that little dark line? That's the lip in between my natural nail, and that dark line is where the gel starts. And sometimes it can get stained from things. Sometimes it just has a dark lip because you can see the product overhanging your natural nail. So I'm just gonna, again, take And I'll even do this with it off so you guys can see. Let me clean this really quick. Okay, so even with my e-file off, I'll just quickly show you what I'm doing. What I'm trying to do is just get the tip of my carbide bit down in there to shave off this little area. And I just want to be careful that I don't actually hit into the sidewall of my nail because I don't want to create a little notch there. Okay, and you can change the angle. You can, kind of go up high like this if you need to get down in there. But once I come through the main part of the underside of my nail, I usually keep it pretty well flat because I want to keep the same amount of thinness here. I don't want it to be overly thin on one side versus the other. So just like when we do the top of our nail and we keep the top side structure of our nail the same, we also want to keep the underside. And let me see if I can kind of turn this a little bit. So I'm going to try and do this like this. This is like basically what it would look like if you're doing it on a client. So we also want to keep the underside structure of our nail the same. We don't want to have it be super thin on this side and thick on this side. We want it to be nice and even. So as I come through, I'm basically just going to keep the bit nice and, kind of laying it down inside of here. I can tip it up slightly as I come through this corner, and I'm just going to kind of push this bit up in here to get that little bit out gently. And then I'm going to go on this side and do it. And when you come on this side, I usually kind of come up a little bit. Since this only rolls in one direction, I'm going to come up a little bit and come through that to get that product out of there. And even when I'm doing this on full speed, the tip of the bit really isn't sharp. And even this carbide part is really not sharp. So it's pretty difficult to cut someone. The only thing you want to consider is if you have a hyponychium here, which is your finger skin kind of grows out into a point to support the length of nails that you've been wearing, or if your client has an extended hyponychium, you want to be very cautious of that. Don't cut the hyponychium. Don't push it back with your bits. Don't try and file the hyponychium off. If you have any hyponychium here, just be very cautious of that. I don't have one, but if I did, you'd be able to see this little piece of skin that protrudes out of my finger. And that basically grows over time, sometimes for certain people, more so for others. I typically don't get very extended hyponychiums, but some people, they get a very extended hyponychium because their finger, their nail bed is trying to support the length of nail that they're wearing. So just be very cognizant. If you see skin under here, do not file the skin. Don't cut it. Don't push it. Just leave it alone. Because it's there to support the length of nail that the client's wearing. And sometimes it can also have blood supply to it, and it can lead to infection and or lifting of the nail plate if you mess with it. Okay, so again, I'm going to turn on my e-file. So now I'm going to take care of this outer lip that's on this side. You can see that dark line again. Okay, so I'm just going to go in here. And I do use full speed on my e-file because I want it to glide in here. And so I'm just going to come in there and just shave that out. And again, I just want it to be nice and flush. So let me turn that off one more time. I'll dust the underside of my fingers so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. So now you can see I got rid of that lip. And like in here, even this little area, it's flush. So like if I run my fingernail on it, I don't feel anything catching there. So this is a really nice thing to do when your nails grow out or when your client's nails grow out. It'll help you keep this area nice and clean, and it'll also keep it from getting hooked on stuff from, sometimes like hair can get stuck in here. So once you have enough area to work with, you can go ahead and smooth all of them out. Like these ones, you can see they're all nice and flush. Even this one that I have a little bit of dust underneath my nail, they're all nice and flush. Here's a really excellent example. You can barely see my natural nail. Whereas these guys I haven't done yet, and you can see that I've got that lip of product that goes right over my natural nail and encapsulates my natural nail. And this is why I love doing extensions. This is one of the main reasons I love doing extensions rather than, I like to use nail forms for extensions, let me put it that way, rather than doing tips. Because as my nail's growing out and until I get to the point where I can make these flush, if I had a nail tip, it would be the opposite problem. My natural nail would be below the nail tip, whereas when I do sculptured enhancements with nail forms, the gel actually completely encapsulates my natural nail, which is really nice, and so I'm able to protect my natural nail and keep it from lifting. And I'll show you underneath this one as well. So there's my thumb, and you can see when I pinched it to create the nice shape of my nail, I've got a little bit of product under here, and I've even got a little bit of, like I was talking about, a little teeny piece of hair or an eyelash or something. And this is exactly what happens. I wanted to show you exactly what my nails look like because as they grow out, I get staining, I get little things that get stuck on these little ledges, and so it's nice to be able to take those ledges off so that as your nails continue to grow underneath your enhancements, they're going to be perfectly flush and you're not going to get things stuck under there, okay? So I hope this helps you understand a little bit about how to maintain your nails after they start to grow out. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to comment below this video. I wanted to make sure that this was crystal clear to everyone, and I will see you guys again next time. All right, bye.